Shalom, Kahala Yahweh Bashem Shai, Shemaka Kodash, double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them, that taught us this truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word of truth and sincerity, the hopeful elect, tabernacle of David. All right, I'm my brother Yashawan, back with the World War III daily update. Welcome to you. All right, and we're just going to go in the spirit today, do a little searching. Let's start right here at Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past. The second woe is referring to World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. World War III is coming quickly. How quickly? Let's find out. Let's ask Alexa.
Alexa, when will World War III start?
World War III starts on November 23, 2023 at 6:05 p.m., when Russia launches an attack against Germany.
There it is. All right. Now, I'm having a little fun, but the point is, it's coming quickly. Because I say so? No. Because the Bible does. Third will cometh quickly. Is it here yet? Not quite. Did the Pope already declare war? Yeah, he did. By his standard. All right. This guy. Okay. What does this guy talk? Let's see. The crash. The Pope just declared World War III. Let's look at this. I didn't see this.
Of grain shipments out of Ukraine.
Maybe I did.
The time to
Salakia. Forgive me.
Prepper here. Guys, there is so much news today that this is likely going to be the longest daily update that I've ever done. So sit back, get cozy, stick with me, because I have a lot to talk about today. A lot of this stuff and analysis you're probably not going to hear anywhere else. So let's just jump right into it. We got to talk about everything from the Pope declaring World War III,
The Pope did what?
cyber attacks on U.S. critical infrastructure. We got supply chain issues at the yin yang. We got the market in free fall. We got the crypto crash. We got everything and some.
All of it dealing with World War III. Okay? The Pope declared war. You got crypto. You got the supply chain. Well, what? How do you fight a war without a supply chain? You understand? You got to have food coming. You got to have ammo coming. All right. You need gas to put in tanks and planes, and you understand? So what's going on? All right.
Let's just jump right in. Now, let's start at something tame, okay? We're going to get progressively worse as we go through the video. This is very tame. This is just a local, this is the Saskatchewan Health Authority, the province I live in. They sent out this memo to a lot of their employees about supply chain disruptions. And to me, this is like 2 years too late. But basically, they're saying in this letter that they're addressing to their employees, of which I used to be one, that you need to start rationing stuff, okay?
It didn't seem to stop you from sending billions of dollars to the Ukraine. All right, let me see. Johnny Storm has nothing. How about this guy? Where is he? The Voice of Reason. 2 hours ago.
Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the Voice of Reason. Today, we have now entered day 113 of the ongoing war between the Russian Federation and Ukraine. And today, we're starting to receive additional reports from the Ukrainian state that indicates just the kind of casualties that are being sustained by the Ukrainian army, armed forces, in this continuing conflict. So,
which they've spoken very little about. They're real quick to tell you how many Russians have died, but they ain't saying nothing about what's going on the other side. They're keeping that a secret. So the truth about what's really going on in the war is beginning to emerge. Okay.
reports indicate that up to 1,000 Ukrainian casualties per day are being inflicted on the Ukrainian armed forces.
Now, when's the last time you heard that? 1,000 soldiers, or did they say casualties or deaths? Because there's a difference between casualty. Casualty could mean you were injured. So let's backtrack and see what they actually.
Casualties per day are being inflicted on the Ukrainian armed forces by the Russian armed forces. Now, obviously, this is not 1,000 killed in action per day, but total casualties. The number of killed in action per day could be as high as 200 per day now, as that has increased over the last week as the intensity of the Russian operation continues. So again,
okay. So now this is very pertinent information. Where have you heard those statistics? All right, and they differentiated between casualty and KIA, killed in action. And that's the first time I've heard those numbers. Okay. And this guy, he does a very good job of getting to the nooks and crannies. And this regiment here is doing this, and they're pushing this way. And for him to come with those numbers, okay, because they're going around, oh, well, this many Russians have already died since the war began. They're quick to say that. But they won't say, it's skewed. It's propaganda, basically. And that's expected, and it's like Tokyo Rose. All right, we'll listen to a little more, and we'll go ahead and close it.
Ukrainian casualty figures by the Ukrainian government. Some statements indicate that, again, those casualties are up to 1,000 casualties per day. We don't really, again, have any official estimates from the Russian side of the equation. However, given the type of tactics that are being utilized by the Russian forces, and I've talked about this before, how the Russian strategy and battlefield tactics have changed, with the Russians using a lot more ranged fire systems, namely artillery, long-range rocketry, and tactical air assets to include both helicopter gunships and ground attack aircraft as well. So with the Russians having more of that and generating the preponderance of the firepower that is hitting Ukrainian forces, then inherently the Ukrainians are going to have a higher casualty rate unless we start to see a higher uptick in Russian maneuver operations, which then could lead to the higher Russian casualty rate.
Okay, so that's pretty fair and balanced, I would say. Pretty fair and balanced. So this is a good place to go for information. Military and Foreign Affairs Network with the voice of reason, right? And not only is he breaking down Russia and Ukraine war, he's breaking down the Ethiopian civil war as well. So pretty informative stuff, all right? All headed towards World War III in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. So we'll go ahead and end it right here. Do we need any more? Let's just grab this real quick. This is where it's all leading to, Joel. Because God is conducting the operation. Joel 3:2. I will also gather all nations. Who's I? It's the Most High Yahweh. He's going to gather all nations. Let's look at that right here in the NLT. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat in the Middle East. All right? And things are now beginning to shift toward the Middle East with Iran, with Israel. You got Syria. Russia is backing Syria. Turkey wants to come into Syria. All right, things are shifting towards the Battle of Armageddon. Okay, what's the difference between World War III and the Battle of Armageddon? Or is it the War of Armageddon? Is it the War of Armageddon or battle? I'll look that up. There's a difference between a war and a battle, all right? So anyway, let me finish this. There will I judge them for harming my people, my special possession, for scattering my people among the nations, and for dividing up my land. This is what he's doing. Judgment Day. Gathering the armies of the world of World War III. All right? That's what we see going on. All right? So we hope that the elect were edified. With that, we can say shalom.